Sneaker community, regular guy Sneakerhead checking in with another review for you. It's Saturday. You already know what came out today. We finna talk about the Air Jordan 13 Chicago, Cherry, True Red, whatever it is you want to call it. That's what we're gonna talk about. Now, you already know I got to get into some details and a little bit of backstory on the shoe. So, first of all, the Air Jordan 13 released in 1997, 98 for a retail price of $150 and $130 for the low tops. There were 5 original models of the 13 released and then 2 low top versions. The 5 original models were the He Got Game, the Flint, the Cherries, the Playoffs, and the Breads. And then, of course, the lows were the True Blues and the Chutneys, or what some like to call the Gingers. The Air Jordan 13 retroed for the first time in 2004 with 6 colorways of the original, and then in 2005 with 6 colorways of the low top. Now, when the 13 was being thought up and designed, Tinker Hatfield and Michael Jordan hadn't even met up to discuss details or anything. By the time Tinker and Mike did meet up, Tinker had already came up with an idea as well as several sketches. Now, we all know now that Mike's been said to play like a Black Panther or like a panther or like a cat and is referred to as the Black Cat. He's got several models of shoes that are the Black Cat releases because of this. But at the time, Tinker had no idea, but he had watched him play and he likened his playing skills to that of the way Black Panther moved, the way Mike would watch the players and then suddenly make a move and whoop, he's got the ball and he scored. They said it's like a panther stalking his prey and then leaping for the attack. When he did meet up with Mike and talk about his idea with the Black Cat and the Panther for the Jordan 13, Mike was like, "How'd you know? How'd I know what? How'd you know that my secret nickname was the Black Cat?" Tinker had no idea until then, but it fit perfectly. And then the Black Cat was just cemented with the Jordan 13. So leaning on the Panther theme and the Black Cat theme, the sole of the Air Jordan 13 was inspired by the paws of a panther. So if you look at the sole, and we'll point it out in a minute when I get into the shoe, it does resemble a panther's paw. And then another thing that goes back to the Panther theme is the hologram on the side of the shoe. The hologram features a jump man with a 23 behind it, but it looks a whole lot like a cat's eye, and that's where it got its inspiration from, was a cat's eye. And then the third part that ties into the Panther or Black Cat theme is the dimples on the side of the Jordan 13. It's inspired by the beginning of a cat's whiskers, the dimples at the bottom of a cat's whiskers. And then finally, the last inspiration or last thing that was inspired by the Black Cat on the Air Jordan 13 is on the pairs like the Flint that have the 3M behind the mesh panel on the sides. The 3M was put in from the inspiration of the flecks of color in the Black Panther's fur. The Jordan 13 was the very first Jordan to ever be designed on a computer, a Macintosh computer, and using Illustrator and Photoshop with the help of graphic designer Mark Smith. There are said to be at least 127 known sketches by Tinker Hatfield of the Jordan 13. At one point, Hatfield even considered adding a mid-foot strap to the 13, but MJ quickly squashed the idea of that. The 13 was also the first formal release under the Jordan Brand banner. At this time, Jordan Brand had actually completely separated from Nike and was ran as a separate entity with Mike as the president and CEO. And this was their first release. The 13, along with the 14, were the last 2 pairs Mike wore as a Chicago Bull. It was also the pairs that he wore when he won his 6th and final championship ring. Now, growing up as a teenager, uh, The Jordan 12 was the first Jordan I got my hands on because I was a teenager. I was making a little money of my own. I was finally able to get some. And then the 13 was next. And I had damn near all of the colorways back then. I mean, I was big into sneakers at the time. Uh, the 13 really, it meant a lot to me. So, it's probably one of the shoes along with the 12 and then the Penny Hardaway too that really, really solidified my love for sneakers and got me into being a sneakerhead and collecting. Uh, I've had several collections before this collection now. Just unfortunately, I was in and out of prison through my life from a teenager up until like 30. And I had to start over. Every time I got locked up, I'd end up losing everything. You know how that goes. And then I'd get out and have to start all over again. I've been working on this one here since like 2015. So, you know, once a sneakerhead, always a sneakerhead. Anyway, we're going to get into the shoe. You see the label reads Air Jordan 13 Retro. And of course, it has the colorways white, black, and true red. And this is your typical Jordan 13 and 14 box. Has the little numbers and the little stamp on the lid of the box. Receipt from Hibbett. I ain't seen the little green little sticker yet, but regular paper. Like I said, I picked these up straight from Hibbett, so I don't know if it has one or not. I ain't really sweating it. I know the real. There's the left shoe. There's that hologram with the Jumpman and the 23 that I was talking about was made to resemble a cat's eye. That's the dimples that are supposed to look like the base of a cat's whiskers. See that black, white, and true red. Then the bottom, that's supposed to look like a panther's paw. It's got the carbon fiber, the little Jumpman, nice little touch. You got the Jordan right there. You got the Jumpman on the tongue. Jumpman on the insole. Size 11 tag on the inside. Regular size tag there as well. There's the little sticker in the bottom. Paper on the inside, no shoe tree. Man, the quality control on these, not bad at all. I'm not sure exactly how many pairs of these were made and released, but quality control on these, not bad at all. But I've never really heard much bad about 13s when they release as far as the quality control. So, yeah, they're nice. Nice. I'll definitely be busting these soon. These would definitely be going to the toe or for the toe soon. You know what I mean? So there we have it. The Air Jordan 13. Another one to add to the collection and to the few 13s I already have. Hopefully you enjoyed the review and enjoyed the history on the Air Jordan 13. It's your guy, the regular guy, Sneakerhead. Please make sure you hit all the right buttons, man. Repost, subscribe, follow, like, comment, engage, period. All that, man, helps others to get the videos. It recommends them to them. And then they can engage. And then this thing can build. And then, the better it does, the better I can give you. The more I can give you. I'd rather be getting paid to do this. I'd rather be doing this as a job. But hey, I like cutting hair too.